YB stays on your neck.
Yo, my dons, make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and obviously hit the bell for notifications. So as many of you know by now, and as you probably guessed by this title, LDBC Generals were gassing up Deontay Wilder for topping the ESPN World Fame 100 list in boxers. Oh man, yeah, Deontay Wilder's the most famous boxer in the world. Yeah, Deontay Wilder's A-side. All this sort of BS, all because Deontay Wilder was top of some BS made up list. However, there was one particular metric why not even YB could argue with. YB goes with numbers. If Deontay Wilder's numbers in a particular category were higher, I can't argue with it. Now, in reality, what matters? Does Google searches matter or does cash matter? Cash matters. When it comes to cash, AJ's miles ahead. Look, endorsements, $1.6 million for Wilder. AJ's were like 7 point something. Yeah? Social following, AJ's was 8 million. Wilder's comes in 2.5. So when it matters, when it comes down to it, when it comes down to facts and pennies and pence, AJ was miles ahead. However, there was one entity, there was one metric, AJ was not ahead. And that was, I say it in past tense, that was search score. Now you can see on here, Wilder's search score for 2019 was 100. Now, what do we know? Let's cut to it. Bang. Worldwide search score. Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. Now you can see here, Deontay Wilder's in the orange. So if you forget the end of the graph, if we compare these two data points, this is what the test was based on. The test for 2019 was based on these two events. And obviously you can see here, Anthony Joshua comes in at 58 and Deontay Wilder comes in at 94. So to be fair, Joshua did get kind of slayed still. He got kind of slayed still. At the time I made a video and said, listen, I can't argue with the search score. And just in case anyone's sitting there saying, oh, this wasn't what ESPN wasn't actually going on Google search score, let's clear that up right now for you special dons out there that need clarification. Bang, look. Top stars and their most Googled moments of the year. Bang, Google Trends. Now, if you don't know what Google Trends is that's your business. You need to educate yourselves. Whilst YB is merciful, whilst YB is teacherful, YB has no problem educating the educationless. No problem at all. But on this particular occasion, you may educate yourselves, LDBC illiterates. Yeah? Simple as that. Let's cut to it, as I was saying. The only one metric where Deontay Wilder outperformed AJ was on search score. Endorsements 1.6. Social following 2.5. Let's just run this back quick time. Let's run it back. Let's see what AJ's was. So we got 1.6. And 2.5. Where is AJ? Where is this goon? Here he is. Bang. 7.7 following. $7 million in cash. What matters here? Does cash matter? Does purse matter? Or does random ass search score? But don't worry. Let's call a spade here. ESPN, the goons at ESPN, they ranked Fame. The weightings they used to rank these sports stars was massively weighted towards search score. Because as I was saying, if you went based on endorsements, if you went based on social following, AJ would have been probably top 20 in the list. But they chose to go on search score. God knows why. Search, who really gives two hoots about a Google search? Now, as I said myself, I couldn't give two hoots about a Google search score. But since LDBC Generals want to bring it up as if it's some big thing, we're going to go there. Just like we went there with the illegal streams. Oh, man, yeah. Deontay Wilder had $400 million in pay-per-view revenue from illegal streams, yeah. But we're going to go there, no problem. We will go there. So you see the search score for the Povetkin fight. Bang. Joshua, 58. Wilder, 94. He thought he was safe. 2 twos. Now you can see the little tick up there for the Brazil fight. Bang. AJ steps foot in the USA and shuts it down. The world fame list. Look, worldwide. Let's make sure everyone's clear. Worldwide. Let's put it in again. Bang. Sent no UK thing. Web search. I've already showed you, man. The most Google. You know what? Let me just show you, man, one more time so everyone's nice and clear.com. Everyone's nice and clear. Bang. Top stars and their most Googled moments of the year. We're on Google Trends, web search, past 12 months. AJ is now the Google search Don. AJ is now the ESPN World Fame Don. Win or lose, AJ is always winning. Simple as that. When it comes to the numbers, AJ's winning. Now, if you want to talk about resumes and that, we can have another conversation. But as it stands, Anthony Joshua is Anthony, the cash cow Anthony, the numbers Joshua. Fact. You can't argue with it now. And what makes me laugh as well, what do we know? This massive uptick was AJ's first time in the UK versus an absolute nobody. Nobody knows Ruiz. Absolutely nobody knows him. This fight here was allegedly the fight of the century. The heavyweight fight of the century. Fury versus Wilder. The top two heavyweights, allegedly. They come in at 94. Let's see what this Joshua versus Ruiz did. Bang. 100. What's that? The best part of 6% higher. AJ's search score is 6% higher. What's Wilder going to do? What, are you trying to tell me? Wait there a minute. Oh yeah, let's not forget. I bet Wilder versus Ortiz 2 is going to beat this score, right? Well, in fact, whilst I'm here, let's see what Wilder versus Ortiz did. Let's see what Wilder versus Ortiz did. When was it? Look, this is how well Wilder versus Ortiz 1 did. Where was it? 2018 March. See, look at that. Somewhere down here, you can't even get the number on it. Somewhere down here. March 3rd. Yeah, there it is. Look, 20. Shocking. Wilder Ortiz 2 ain't going to do squat. He's not going to do squat. And besides, in reality, look. Everyone made me laugh. Everyone was gassing up. Everyone was proper certifiably sucking off this Wilder versus Fury score. But ultimately, when you look at it, AJ versus Klitschko already done slayed that. But don't worry, 2020, AJ's the numbers done. And like I say, let's see what them man have got to say now then, because I said myself, I couldn't care 2 hoots about the world fame list. I couldn't care 2 hoots about Google search, but them man wanted to bring it there. If they want to bring it, they will bring it there, no problem. So what, bearing in mind they was all saying, yeah man, this world fame, Anthony Joshua's the most famous. Deontay Wilder's the most famous. Deontay Wilder's the A-side. Well, if you're going to say that, then surely you must now be able to say AJ's the clear A-side, because you weren't talking about resume before. Let's get it. You know what? Let's get something straight now. All of a sudden, it's so classic, you know. All of a sudden, have you noticed? All of a sudden, all the LDBC goons are talking about resume. All of a sudden, the LDBC goons are talking about belts. What's going on here? When AJ had the belts, when AJ had the resume, no one wanted to talk about resume. No one wanted to talk about belts. Oh, man, the belts don't matter, man. Yeah, having 3 belts don't make no difference. Having a resume don't make no difference. Now all of a sudden, AJ took an L and lost the belts. All of a sudden, resume matters and belt matters. And I've said myself, I've no problem. Different people like different things. Me personally, I like numbers, because numbers they are what they are. I've always said, listen, if someone has no belts but is the biggest draw, I'm going with that. Simple. If Floyd Mayweather decided to come to heavyweight, he would be the A-side versus anyone. That's my opinion. For me personally, belts don't matter. Search score don't matter. ESPN list don't matter. It's all about the numbers. But these goons were saying belts don't matter. This, that, the other. Well, where are we? What's going on now then? All of a sudden belts matter because Deontay Wilder's got 1 and Fury's got none. About Fury coming telling me about, oh yes, Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua's a D-side. Anthony Joshua, he's a D-side fighter. He's a D-side fighter. Bro, you have no belts either. If anything, it's more evened up now. If anything, you might now just about have a claim for 60-40. Seriously. You might now just about have a claim for 40%. You might, on a serious note, Wilder and Fury, at this particular point in time, they may have just earned the 40% split. Simple. There's nowhere to hide. Shut down the ESPN search score. Shut down the ESPN Fame 100. Shut down Google Trends.